Oh my gosh. That was hard. Much harder than it should have been. I tell you. We got new equipment and stuff, so what do you expect? I'm trying to get it broken. Hello there. Hello. Hello, how are you? I hope good. I hope very good. Okay. Let me see what I got here. Let me see what I still. Oh, I do have access. Hey, it is I, D Ocean, doing that woo we do. Oh, yes, we do. Indeed, we do. Yes. And here I am wearing my new merch. And it says, actually, I prefer the term conspiracy realist. There you go. Conspiracy realist hat. And you can get it in various colors. And it'll be, instead of like 30 or crazy shit prices, uh, that some people's merch is, it's only going to be like $10. It's not going to be much. But if you have suggestions, and you've seen my art, if you have suggestions for other art you'd like, let me know, because I also got a poster. I'll be showing you probably later when I take a break and go run and get it. But I had so many problems coming in tonight. Well, here I am. It's a Mercury retrograde. We're coming on. We're going into it, and it's also April Fool's Day, and it's also uh, Easter Sunday, and it's also well, it's a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit. It's a cluster F. It really is a cluster F of events. I wasn't kidding. And as I'm reading the energy, and I'm picking up on other people reading the energy too. I mean, I hear other people. Everybody's saying the same thing. It's going to be a hoppin'. It's going to be a happening month. Yep. Here's my little hopper right there. You see him, Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Wonderful, Mr. Important. Yes, Mr. I'm I'm beautiful and I know who I am. Yes. Mr. Cowboy, who is featured in that lovely piece of art. And I had to pay him extra for posing. But like that, I mean, all the beefcake poses and stuff he does. Yeah, I'm sure there's a talent scout looking for that kind of talent somewhere. Anyway, I got new equipment. Let me know if everything's coming in okay, because this is my tablet that we're doing this on instead of my phone. So this is now a tablet, and um, we're going to see how that works. Oh, Scotty will pose for free without pants. Okay, image good, sound good. Okay, yay, very good. I just tried a live YouTube live. Boy, did that suck! Wow, that really sucked. I didn't like it. But it would be good enough for me to like teach you, give you a lesson, do some light language, do something special for the fans. I don't think I wanted to make videos with it. I think I'm going to have to keep StreamYard or get Streamlabs or do something, because I don't think it's going to, you know, it's so basic, really. YouTube is very basic. So, he's got his birthday. Oh, birthday. I was going to say, what is he going to drink a lot tonight? It's his birthday. Yay. Happy birthday. Oh, oh, yeah, that's right. And it's Scotty's birthday on top of every other day. It's going on. It's also Scotty's birthday. So, April Fool, April Fool, happy Mercury retrograde, and happy birthday, Scotty. Oh my God. No, that's funny. I'm so, Scotty. It somehow it's so, I don't know. it's ironic and yet it's so fitting in a way. It's I, what? What cowboy? Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. You can't have it. No, you can't have it. He thought he found a toy. There he is, Mr. Wonderful again. Yeah, yeah. Those are your people right there. They're your fans. Yeah, I can't have you chasing stuff all over the place tonight. It's just too much stuff going on. Okay, I got new equipment. I got a new boom arm. Um, we're on my tablet instead of a phone. So it's a nice new tablet that I haven't had much chance to use. Let us hope that it goes okay. Um, hey, yeah. Somehow it fits so well, though. I don't know. Um, no. It just fits perfectly somehow. See, see how it all fits together perfectly. Yes, divine plan. What? Yes, my little amigo here, my little co-host. You got to get your own tablet or phone or something. You got to get your own phone. Every time I'm sorry, he's a sweet boy, but he's just trying to make mischief now because he's bored. He's bored. He wants to. It's been that way. See, he's just finding things. He's bored. That's mommy's Tesla purple plate necklace. He thinks that he likes that purple plate energy there. He'd like to eat it, at least play with it. Do you like the purple plate energy? Tesla purple plate. That's my little boy there. That's my boy. Yes, I know. You're feeling spunky, huh? He's feeling real spunky and good. I'm glad. I'm glad. But what are you getting up there for? You never get up. Oh, the tea. You must like the tea, the smell. It's got cinnamon in it and stuff. It's herb tea with cinnamon and stuff. Do you like the smell? Little boy. Oh, he doesn't drink any less. Okay. Nice. Consistency is a points for consistency, I guess. Um, hey, Desert Rose is in. Let's see who all made it in so far. So far, and the first was Mr. Scotty. We want to be fancy, otherwise he's just Scotty. Then there was James Ortiz, who was such a tease, and Chloe, the Countess, with the 1, 2, 3, and we just know her as Chloe. And there's F Kitty Meow. Meow. Oh, meow. Meow, meow. There's Mark Ark Spark. Mark the Ark Spark. Mr. Spark. Okay, we have Mr. Spark and Scotty. We can now move the ship. Yeah, the ship will fly now. We got Mr. Spark and Scotty. We're okay. And instead of Janeway, I guess I'm Wu Wei. Captain Wu Wei. Hey, welcome aboard the Love Boat. No, I haven't been drinking yet. Yet. Okay, yet. Hello, Gemini and Desert Rose. Yes, okay, I think I caught up now. I think I caught up. What the hell is in that tea, they're wondering, okay? It is a good question. Herbs and spices. I'm spicy tonight. I'm spicy. Actually, I'm happy because I have this lovely hat. Um, and I got it for a reasonable price, so I can sell it for a reasonable price. I don't want to sell $30 hats and get $2 out of it. That's ridiculous. I mean, I don't want to do that. I would feel bad if I was selling like crap like that. Actually, what I'm even thinking of doing is oh, hello, elderberry. What I'm even thinking of doing is just having transfers made up and sending them to completely undercut that industry cost there so that you can have deep blue merchandise without spending too much and on anything you want, anywhere you want. Just don't put my face on your underwear, please, Scotty. I know you're thinking about. Nah, he's looking at the boobs. He's going to put the boobs somewhere, right? Yep. Yeah. Okay. Elderberry. Yeah, elderberry's here. Retrograde. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And tomorrow I will be doing a show too. Tomorrow. And it will be a readings. It will be card readings. And all of you who are members get a free card. So if you are not a member of my Patreon, you can actually get in there free, you know. And I will be having some special stuff for people who are actually paying. As a matter of fact, I'm going to ask you guys what you think about this. Okay. I'm thinking of putting together a special package like a yearly subscription. You get it free a whole freaking year for a flat fee, and you get 52 weeks of dragons. 52 weeks of dragon pictures since it is the dragon year. Would you guys like something like that? And what you can do, you get the rights to be able to use these as long as you credit them and don't sell them and don't make anything with the image to sell. As long as you're not making money off these images, you can have these images and download them and look at them and, you know, make one off whatevers, but you cannot be selling, okay, selling or selling things with these images on them. But other than that, you can have 52 beautiful dragon pictures. So how would you like that? I want to hear your opinion on that. So what are you guys talking about? Uh not even listening. Okay. It just goes to show I'm just here for decoration, huh? Eh, I'm just here. I'm just here for a pleasant background on your Oh boy. Okay, that's okay, sweetheart. Um, is there anything else digitally that you do? Because that would be so much easier for me because if it's a check, I gotta go cash it. I don't drive. So if there's any digital way, actually, I'm going to be marketing it through Patreon. So it might go through Patreon instead. So if you want to do Patreon instead, that actually might be better if you just put it through Patreon. So that way, ah, listening to the song your sister made for her soon to be husband, that's neat. Hmm. Okay, because, um, yeah, I don't drive, so it's a pain in the butt for me to, physically like take a check and, well, I might be able to go through something. I don't know. Maybe I can go through something to get it done. But right now, I'm taking digital currency through Patreon, I guess. If you can't do PayPal, I understand. I've also got a Stripe account. I've also got um, Buy Me a Coffee. I have to get that information onto the channel. So I do have those things. But it's right now I'm taking digital money. Mhm. I wonder too, Mark. I wonder about that. Because I know a lot of people who are talking about not paying their income tax. They're talking about no, if they're going to send all my money to the Ukraine and give it to illegals, I'm I'm not sending them any money anymore. And that's what some people are saying. I'm hearing it around here and there. And I think they knew this. That's why Sock Puppet wanted to hire all those extra auditors, right? Because they want to just stick it to people, stick it to the masses. So, where are you, Mr. New Cake? Where'd you go? Are you behind me? Yeah, you're behind. There you are. Okay, there he is. Why are you behind me? I guess behind every great woman there is a cat, right? Behind every great woman. I must be a great woman. Look, there's my cat right behind me. He's in the sweet spot of the bed there, right smack in the middle. Anyway, yeah, I'm liking my new boom camera arm. Okay, it's nice. It doesn't joggle around as much. It's not as loose and wanton as the other one. I'm gonna tighten it up a little more. Woo hoo hoo. Woo. Anyway. Tried the other night to do what, honey? Woo Rider. Can you send the Patreon link? Yeah, okay, I will. Hang on. Let me get on my phone though, because it's easier to do some of this because I just have it on my Samsung account and stuff. And that is kind of funny. Okay, I'm on, dag dabbit. You saw me trying to get on tonight. It's kind of crazy. So, Let me see. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Don't go away. Don't go away. I'm busy. Okay. Hang on. I'm going to get. I will get that. Hold on, and I'll get that information in a moment. Okay. Hopefully, I will. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Okay. Yeah, you can do it. Hmm. Come on. You can do it. Okay. Hear myself mocking me. Okay, here we go. I believe. Yes. Okay. Oh, it's going to give you everything. Okay. Whoa. Hang on. Hang on. Whoa. That was bad. I'm not even sure what that was. But I'm glad it's over. Well, the fan is probably blowing something around. We're getting into my allergy season. But beyond that, I've also been moving around a ton of stuff and just doing a lot of stuff. So um, you do like a Caesar salad? Well, isn't that? Isn't it? Yeah, just like what the heck? Just out of nowhere. Uh-oh, here we go again. I might be sneezing or something. Let's see if I can hold it off a little bit. I'm going to have to start taking my fake Claritin again, my generic Claritin or something, probably. Is Peachy dear? Is Peachy dear? And Alice is a little lickety lopper, and my mother called them lickety loppers. Let's be truthful. For what reason? What? What are we? What? Oh, thank you, Desert Rose. Yes, that I had to because the hat is purple. But you can get it in different color. My image is brighter. Cool. I'm brighter. I hope I'm brighter than I was when I was younger, but okay, so yeah, tomorrow we'll be doing Moon Day Monday um readings because it's April Fool's Day and it's Ether. We're celebrating. We're celebrating the cluster F. Getting beamed in the head. Oh my gosh. Aloha. Aloha. Can we? Okay, let's just do it, but not till 12. Or maybe it's 12 there. Maybe it is your birthday there, but it's not quite your birthday yet here. Okay, so they're also offering me a influencer package on Timu, by the way. That would be a streamer's package that they give you money. They give you seed money to get products to promote for them. And, I am thinking of taking it. I don't want them all up in my business, but I'm thinking of taking it. It could help me dig my way out of my situation. So I don't know. I'm considering taking them up on their offer because they're basically giving streamers money. Well, and objects to buy their objects with their merchandise and promote it. And then I guess some other money too. So I mean, they're paying you to promote the show, not their show, their merchandise. And um, I would really like to know. Oh, that's right. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Scott. Happy birthday, Mr. Pantless One. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Or, as my mother used to sing, happy birthday to you. Please don't catch the flu, 'cause if you do, we might catch it too. Yeah, that was her birthday song. That was my mom. Um, she was a character. I've mentioned that many, many times. My mother was a character. Oh, you're not going to have any more, what, birthdays? Oh, yeah, send pics. Oh, now you're going to have me coughing for a whole different reason. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, my mother's birthday is on the same day. Talk about a cluster F, right? As the eclipse. And I'm right in the direct path. I'm going to be right in the direct path. However, I'm in Ohio, so it's probably going to be cloudy skies and we won't see it. Or maybe we will. I don't know. Maybe the clouds will part. Maybe if I ask them nicely, the clouds will part and let me see the eclipse. But ah, oh, you guys are something else. Yeah, I'm not doing the age thing either. I'm not doing the getting older. I think 66 is fine to stop right here. I don't look my age. I don't act my age. I don't think my age. I'm not my age. Come to the conclusion I am not my age. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Yeah, Desert Rose, that's enough. You can stop right there. Stop right there. I gotta know right now. Before we go any further, do you love me? Will you love me forever? Do you need me? Will you never leave me? Will you make me so happy for the rest of my life? Will you take me away? Well, never mind. No, I don't. I don't. I, I don't want to get married again. Thank you. Thank you, Rose. Yeah, people seem to like it when I sing. It seems to be throughout most of my life, people have liked it when I sing because I think I do pretty well. It's one of the things I have confidence in is my voice. Even if I didn't have confidence in other things about me, I have had confidence in that. Well, I got some goodies because I got money in early, and so Friday I went out and looked for some things to make my life easier around here at the thrift shops and came upon a I know you guys, some of you guys will understand this and some won't. But for a woman who cooks and knows something about quality cooking implements, I found a set of Revereware pans, copper bottom Brazierware. Scotty, Scotty, quit that. I know you put that in my head. Brazierware. Revereware. Are you really sure I haven't been drinking? Yes, well, tea. Herbal tea. Wow, this is what herbal tea does to me. Jeez. Meat loading. Whoa. Before we go any further, do you love me? Um, but Revereware, not Brazierware. Copper bottom Brazierware. What am I? Yeah, Barbarella or something. Anyway, Barbarella. Copper Brazierware. And then you'd have these green marks all over your boobs, right? Hey, look! How did you get those tattoos? Those aren't tattoos. Okay. Um, when I asked you for support for the show, this is not what I was. Ah, oh my goodness. No, it was you, Scotty. I know it was. You had braziers on the brain. Okay. You guys are so funny. I, I'm like I'm the brass brasserie. Yeah, Paul brass brazier. Get me a brass brazier. That'll make you respect me. A brass brazier. Them things heat up in the sun, though. Let me tell you. I do not know how you would wear. I mean, I am so not kidding. Anything you wear metal and next to your skin is going to heat up. And it's like, oh, metal next to the skin is not good. It's really not. You'd need to have it lined with something, or you'd be sorry, sorry, pup. Okay, believe me, I've done. I have done costuming, you know, and believe me, we tried a lot of things. Yeah. Wait a minute. What? Why do we need nonstick? Wait a minute. What? Easy clean? Are we saying what? What are you guys? What are you guys talking about? Bunch of pervs. That's what I like about you. Well, one of the things. You have a very perverse sense of humor, you know that? Yeah. Yeah, well, that's a good side. Yeah, that's what my helper always says. You know, you have what does she call it? You have a very obscene sense of humor, and she always says, "I just love that about you." So because I make her laugh, and not everybody that she works for make, you know, not every client can do that. So, oh, abso-freaking-lutely, writer, I would love it. I would love it. Please. Right. Yeah. We have a tendency to have a perverse sense of humor, so get over it, everybody. If somebody is too spiritual on this show, they're going to probably be insulted. I believe in being good, but not too good. I mean, you need balance. I think that the balanced path is where you need to be. As long as you're not hurting anybody, you can be perverse, you can be like outlandish, you can be, but as long as you're doing it with love. I don't believe that there is a God sitting there judging you for any of this. That's bullshit. Um, Aloha. Mhm. I am the worrier. Oh, no, I'm not the worrier anymore. Actually, as it goes on, I am worried less and less about things. I find myself finally being able to escape something passed down from my parents, I'm sure, and definitely my mother, who was a worrywart. I'm finally, I think, healing myself from that, where I am not worrying 24/7 about things. Holy molasses. I just clicked your link. I just licked your clink. Oh, and I just made sure I hit the bell for all. Mr. Wu, or is it Miss Wu? It's your mail, right? Yeah, your mail. Anyway, and you have a wife. Yeah. Can I keep everybody straight in my mind? Oh, answering phones. Oh, that's neat. Mike's whistles. Never heard of that. No molasses here. Hmm. 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 That's very weird. That's real weird. Did you take this video yourself? I never heard of it, Ofty. Yeah, the elites aren't able to hide it anymore. The word is on the back channels that as time goes by, they'll be less and less able to hide anything, which means you're going to see a lot more glitches where all of a sudden the person turns into a lizard. It's going to be like They Live, okay? More and more, but without the glasses, without the special glasses. It's going to be like that more and more. You just watch. That's one of the changes that's coming because that whole thing is falling apart. So it won't be very much longer that they'll be able to maintain the illusions, and people will. It'll be just like in the movie. Ah, you wake up and you're lying next to one of those things, or people on the news, or whatever, your minister, whatever. Yeah, they can't hide it anymore, and they're kind of beginning to figure this out. Uh, uh, cats eat lizards, though. You filmed it. Wow, cool. Recently. Hmm. Absolutely. I want that in my collection of stuff. Hey, Angel Wings, how you doing? I'm sure that you can do that job off the hook. I'm sure you're going to be a great whistle stop. Great, great. Mike Hunt's whistles. Wait a minute. No. Okay, you know where my mind is going when I read that whole thing. His name is actually Mike Hunt. Yeah, it better be. I'm like, when I first read Mike's whistles, I'm like, what the? Okay. And if it does, I would say you need to get checked by a doctor. Oh, I bet. Hook, hook has been tapped. Really? No, never, if your name is Hunt, never name your kid Mike. Okay, that is a lesson learned, folks. Or Hercules, because, the diminutive Herc, Hunt. Yeah, it whistles Dixie, does it? Oh. Wow, you could get yourself an OnlyFans. People would pay for that. No joke. There's this woman who I saw, somebody sent me, I don't even know who it was, or how it was that I ended up seeing this thing, but she does butt clapping. Somehow she manages to get her nether region, her behinds, her left behind and her right behind to clap when she shake it. And I mean, she can keep it up a little while too. And so, between your whistling and her clapping, I think you got the beginning of a band. What you think? Harry Johnson. I think I dated a hairy homunculus once. No, I didn't. That was my ex-husband. But no, hairy hominid. What was it? Denmark. Okay. You still can't top Alien Wang. Alien Wang. Aha. Something Wang. Yeah. I remember that. That's the Chinese Airlines, right? Yes, the Chinese Airlines crash. Yeah, something Wang. Fly too low. Uh, okay. Yeah. Well, I have nothing against that. Actually, I frequently do that when I go to these things because some of these chats are too freaking damn serious for me. I can only hold it so long, and then I got to get humorous, like the bone. Speaking of speaking of bone, where is Mary Moo? Mary Moo, Mary wins. Woe to the person that peeped at her. Um, how about some young hung guy? Some young well hung young guy. See, I can speak Chinese. Somewhere young hung young guy. Or is it somewhere hung young guy? Yeah, it says somewhere hung young guy. Somewhere hung young guy. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Got to get it right. Are you making? I they pay to make me some young hung guy. Right. I couldn't. I can't help it if you're going to do this. You got to say it with the accent too. Start knocking doors, D. Knocking doors. Okay, I'm trying to translate that into where your mind's at right now. You're knocking doors. Reference to Okay, doors are nasty. They keep people separated. Does that count as knocking them? Oh my goodness. I know I could probably I've been told I could have an OnlyFans and probably make a lot of money because I'm blessed. I probably wouldn't have to do much of anything really. I'm not sure. Well, my mom has passed on, so maybe I could get by with that. I don't know. You feel so violated. Ooh, you feel so violated. Oh, well, we must be doing our job then. But I find a young, well-hung young guy. Uh, transgender day, no apologies. Oh, jeez. I, Scotty feels so violated. Happy birthday, Mr. Pantless One. No more Easter according to a Biden. I'm not a Biden that. I'm not a Biden. I don't trust nobody. Yeah, I don't trust nobody handing out no chocolate eggs. I don't trust nobody. Ah, and they do nothing. They are consumed. Ah, bunnies don't lay eggs. See, that's part of what I think is really wrong with modern education. Yeah, there are probably people who don't know that. It's probably, yeah. Bend over and touch your toes. Not in here, I'm not. Oh, hell no, not in this chat room. What? I ain't dropping the soap either. Forget it. Okay, you had crazy dreams this morning? Only this morning? What kind of crazy dreams were you having, angel wings? Because I have 'em a lot, quite a lot. My, oh, my sweet angel. I don't even know how that came into my mind. That was Rod Stewart, wasn't it? My, oh, my sweet angel, fly on through the sky. Fly, oh, my sweet angel. Something. Ooh. Oh. Now, Hook. Now that's going to give me nightmares. Oh, I'm not going to repeat that. You had a Lucifer dream, Mark the Arkspark. Ooh, how did that go? Oh, you dreamt about finding a lever to reveal a new gateway, opened it, and the golden light came in. Perfect, thank you. We were looking for that thing. You must be part of my family because we work on the gate system. We work on the Stargate system. Yeah, it's part of what my family does in the other realms. Oh, well, that's terrible. Off the hook. We're dying. Hey, nobody gave a rat's patootie. That's very, very unkind. A Cheshire cat. You mean a Cheshire cat? Uh, tell us, Mark. Oh, that's terrible. Ha- In what way were you dying, Hook? I mean, you weren't dying alone or anything, were you? I mean, you weren't. We'd give more than a rat's patootie. I mean, I'm sure the cowboy would hunt you up a rat, a couple of snakes, at least several spiders, and he's generous. Wow. Well, Angel Wings, I know that I go off on missions when I'm sleeping, and you probably do too. I think probably a lot of us do. And maybe even Hook was with somebody who was dying. I have found myself in dreams with people who are dying, who are in death situations. I'm thinking, yeah. Actually, it may not even have been, I'm trying to say, Hook, it may not even have been about you. You might have been with somebody. A lot of us go out and do work while we're asleep, and we do work helping people, being with people that are in trouble, in some kind of trouble. It might not even be about you. Well, good for you, Angel Wings. I mean, yeah. Well, thanks for all the work. It might be. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to put in the link, and if any of you want to come in and have a chat, speak your piece, you are welcome to do so. But not just anybody, but those of you who are. But I know y'all. Besides, I can just kick your ass if you're not good. But come ahead if you want to come in. It's a click-in show. Yeah, you know what? For a while, I was so busy, and I told my guides, I said, "Do you have anybody that can cover my work for a little while? I need a vacation. I'm exhausted." I was doing so much in my sleep, I wasn't getting any sleep. I was just completely exhausted all the time. Who knows? Maybe you took up some of my slack there because I told him, I said I need some break time. I need a little time off here and there because well, Oh, you want me to kick your ass? I got special boots and everything. I think I put them away, but yeah, Yolanda the other day found some of my equipment. Yeah. Mhm. I had some really nice boots at one point. I don't know what the hell. I know my purple over the knee leather boots got ruined though. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. They got ruined. Yeah. Yeah, it's not that easy. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to touch my grounding cushion a little bit myself, though, come to think of it. Uh, earlier today, and off and on, I do get the pain in the eyes, like my eyes are very stressed out, and my scalp. Sometimes Yolana rubs the top of my head and it hurts. I'm like, ow, and she's like, yeah, you're all stressed out again. But I think it may be EMF because that is the kind of thing EMF will do. Blue boots. Well, I'm sorry, but mine were purple. Mine were purple. Mine were purple, just as purple as this hat or this dress. And they went above my knee. And I also braided my, back in the day, I made certain equipment from leather and I made myself a purple whip. I braided myself a purple whip. And I also made a purple cat of nine tails. I was really decked out in purple leather. I still have it, my trench coat, my purple leather trench coat. I still have it in the closet somewhere. So, yeah, I was all in purple. Yeah, I like amethyst. Mine's supposed to be turquoise, which is fine too. But I'm a purple. I'm a purple person. Purple and blue mostly. Purple, blue, green, that range. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I'm kind of purple and blue. Actually, my aura colors usually are too. When I had my picture taken by Corellian, photography, it kind of looked like actually the colors that I like to wear: purple, blue, magenta, kind of that high heart magenta pink, magenta, rose color kind of. Yeah, it was in that range. So it was exactly the colors I wear most often. But I have been wearing other colors to help strengthen my lower chakras because A lot of us that are very spiritual, we kind of neglect our lower chakras. Whereas the lizard folk, the lower chakras, all they work on, all they got. Um, some of them people got nothing but the lower ones. Want one of those? What are those that you want one of, Chloe? Go to Arkansas and find a big diamond. Oh, that'd be nice. Third eye shines indigo. Yeah. Well, indigo is the color of the third eye. Shine bright like a diamond. We're diamonds in the sky. You got your bling on. Your bling in your ring bling. Where is my big old crystal that I have lying around here most of the time? There it is. It's not the world's greatest crystal. It's kind of chipped. It's a big hunker, though. It's a nice size. The point's been kind of messed up, though. But still, it's a nice sized piece of quartz. Yep, that facet has been chipped like nobody's business, but other than that, poor little thing. You've been through a lot, haven't you, darling? Yeah, I understand. Ajna, you can leave your bling on. Wait a minute, I see somebody. I see somebody, Angel Wings. Hey, Angel Wings, what's up? You're in. I didn't see you right away. This is
Hello.
kind of dark. This tablet's kind of dark. How you doing?
Good. I thought I'd show off my shirt there.
Ooh, ooh, that is extremely spiffy.
No, I was like,
I
ooh, I
like
had to
it.
get that.
That is extremely blingy.
Yeah. Oh, then my new necklace that came with it, it's got like a pearl to it.
Oh, that's nice. Kind of a mother of pearl.
Yeah.
Looks like a blue dyed mother of pearl. Yeah, I used to have a lot of mother of pearl. Yeah, yeah, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice. I like that color. It's one of my
And then I,
favorite colors.
I always have this. Oops.
I can't really see that well. Let's see if I can. Ah, your cross.
Yeah.
What's a
Pretty.
what's a cross
What's an ankh?
or an ankh? Okay, I can really see it very well. It's
That's
kind
an
of.
or.
This
It's
is
an
my
Oregon.
Tesla plate.
It's an Oregon. I'm like so discombobulated trying to figure out how to just work my camera.
So, you've been having interesting dreams. I'm glad you've been working on them portals, honey, and the
Mm-hmm.
gateways, and yeah, that's We're going to need those.
So then something about memories and waking up, and it woke up memories. It woke up a lot of ancient information, even connections to Osiris. Osiris was helping me, and turns out I think my twin flame is actually Osiris, or like a aspect of Osiris in my
Or
twin flame I
overlit
found.
by Osiris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, overlit. There's people coming in that have memories downloaded, so they don't have to endure the full karma of having all these lives. But
I had to deal with that. That was hard.
then some of us have been trying to work out the karma of all these other people
Mm-hmm.
to try and get it over with. I mean, we're just tired of this runaround.
Mm-hmm. And so many people don't understand the labels are BS. The labels are there to confuse you. The labels are there to so you don't understand what's really going on. You gotta see. I'm learning that through the discernment, you gotta see behind it and learn how to read the energy yourself. I think that's where my empathic connections to the dragons is helping me understand energy the way they are with their emotions and how they work and stuff. So it helps me with more discernment.
Yeah, well, discernment is a big deal. Some people don't have it. Doggone it. It keeps getting uneven.
Yeah. I still have
Anyway,
people try to tell me my dragons are demons, and I'm like, no. You'll know a
no,
demon
they're
when you see
not.
one. No way.
That's
They're the
ridiculous.
they're the original Earth Keepers.
That's why they call them dragon lines. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they call it dragon lines for a reason. It's not because they in other cultures they were good and wise. They were wise and old and um, yeah. Well, they've bastardized and plagiarized every goddamn thing. Don't even get me started on what they did to so-called scriptures. I'm constantly running into people into the Bible. It's like you don't even know how your own book started. You don't even know how. I I run into these King James Bible people,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, and especially in comment sections, and it's not of the Bible, it's not of God, it's like I expect you're referring to the King James Bible.
Well, and it's funny that you mentioned that because the King James Bible actually has unicorns in it.
I know.
That's funny.
I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They basically removed every aspect of magic out of everything they could, so we couldn't bring it. Thinking we couldn't bring it back in.
Except Kabbalah. They kept talking about, and that's one that really gets me is the people who go, the Hebrews didn't indulge in any of this mysticism. It's like, Kabbalah, Hebrew mysticism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And no, the King James Bible is a whole and complete Word of God. And I said, well, then in that case, why do people think that Yeshua's name was Jesus when Jesus wasn't even a letter back then? It didn't even exist. And besides, Jesus is a derivative of Zeus.
Well, and they
And Jehovah is a derivative of Jove.
and seraphim is a derivative of a higher ascended dragon, yes, but at the same time, it shapeshifts. We shapeshift. We're a highest ascension masters, master of the energies, can shapeshift into the energies they use most often.
Yeah. See, to me, they didn't want people to have magic because if you have magic, then it's once again it's so much harder to control you. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you don't need their permission for something, then that's off limits. You know, if you don't need to go through them, I mean, the whole the whole thing about having to go through an intermediary of some kind to talk to God is ridiculous. King James wrote a book about demands before he put his energy into the Bibji or Bible. What are you talking about? Okay, whatever. I'm sorry. Okay. About demands. Oh, okay. Demons or demands? Demons. Okay. Ah. Okay, we're all over the place.
Yeah.
Chad is all over the place. Seriously. Yeah, King James was not a nice person. Don't even try. Don't even try to cover that up. Oh,
Yeah.
your guides turned out to be demons. Is that what you're saying, Scotty? Feathered serpents. Yeah, dragons were feathered serpents.
Mm-hmm. And evolution. See, what people don't understand is we've been here so much longer than they think that things have ascended so many times already. You know, every time there was a reset, that I think that was an ascension period.
Yeah.
So many people, so many beings have changed. They're not always going to stay the same. We're constantly shifting all the time. Oh yeah, like
Well,
yeah, your
no, that's
frequency.
just part of it was part of the reset. People went down, people devolved. And, you know,
Mm-hmm.
in a lot of resets, there were also people who devolved. Yeah, some
Mm-hmm.
people probably left, were ready to
Yeah.
leave. Other people devolved. And you can tell, I mean, Occam's razor, come on, if we're going to use Occam's razor, the simplest explanation is usually right. We're finding all of these ruins, and the deeper we go, the more elaborate why there was an advanced civilization before us. That is the simplest explanation. Now, I'm sorry that it doesn't go with some people's notions, some people's theories, but science is about finding, making your theory fit the proof, the conditions, the situation, rather than trying to make the situation fit your theory. Trying to make the situation fit into your theory is not science. And we've got to get rid of that sort of thinking. Just because it does not correspond to what they think of when they think of, I mean, the Big Bang is probably false, a false theory. It's probably a
Mm-hmm.
messed up theory. That probably isn't true. Gravity isn't probably the way they think either. The speed of light is not as fast as you can possibly go. Uh, let's
But
see. Evolution doesn't necessarily happen in long, slow time. No, actually, it can be quite quick. Adaptation can happen very, very quickly. And suddenly, uh, species come out of the woodwork just out of nowhere. So they're full of shit. I'm sorry, but they're going to have to revise all of their theories, and they don't like that.
but I do have
They're
one. I do have one thing that might connect the Big Bang that makes more sense than the actual Big Bang itself. would be when there was that war and the Earth exploded, sending fragments of that into the other 3D Earth. But now you could see that as supposed there's a 3 Earths in an actual physical form that coincide, and one of them during the war exploded and ended up colliding into the 3D. This is new information I came across. Whether it's true or not, I still, give it props for what it is, but it makes a lot of sense, though, if you cut to a point. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are doing right now. It's an actual rescue mission turned into healing all the fragments and the fragmented souls that occurred during that period.
Yeah, yeah, basically. I think that that's part of what we're trying to do is we're trying to get all that wrapped up so that we can go on and move on from all that, because that must have been a pretty horrendous, I mean, and then starting over. And that's why I say, and people, somebody got mad at me one time because I said, hey, if there's going to be a fast flip, I don't want to be around. If there's going to be um, a nuclear war, I don't want to be around. I don't want to have to clean that shit up again.
Again, I think that's what we're doing. But I got an insight this last upgrade, though. I really feel like this is the last. This is the last time we're going to do it. There's like a cutoff period, a cutoff point, almost like where it's going to be blocked off to the point where it can no longer devolve, because it's starting to become a rush to literally save humanity as a species, because of the devolve is getting too severe at one point here.
As I understand it, if you're up here with me in a chat like this, you're probably past the point of devolving unless you really work at it. So
Yeah.
you're really going to have to work at it to devolve from here. So, what I'm instructed and hearing from other people as well, they're getting the same kind of message, is to tell people to just keep, keeping your frequency up, doing things to keep your frequency up, relax into this change. I do not foresee World War III coming out of any of this, although they're going to threaten it because it scares the crap out of people, and they know that. And they love the loosh. They're trying to get that last little bit of loosh out of everybody. Don't get, in my training, if anything, my training has been never give an evil thing the energy that it wants. Whatever kind of energy it's looking for, don't give it that. Okay, because you're just feeding it. So if they want you to be afraid of that, laugh at it.
Oh yeah, I had a dream about that once, actually. I think I was on the moon looking through the telescope or looking through a viewer. I was on something looking through, and I must have got caught. I might have been helping somebody else, but I don't know what it was. It was weird. It was some type of training, I think, because I got caught and put in like this cell. But then this creature tried to do like this really scary face and then mimic me and then make me look at myself, and it was him. And I'm just like, what good is that gonna do? You're still stuck in the dang cell, you dummy. And I laughed real hard, and then I woke up.
Yeah, I know. It's like nothing really pisses them off more than just laughing at their asses, right?
Yeah.
You
They're like,
think
oh.
you're gonna scare me? Are you kidding? You don't know what I've seen. You don't know what I've been through.
Exactly.
You don't know what I've seen. You don't know what I've dealt with. Come on. Get
Mm-hmm.
yourself together.
Oh, and that's what a lot of these coming at us don't seem to understand that. I have had a whole community try to take me out, and they don't understand the level of protection we have because we're at a higher divine. We have like a divine mission. The ones with divine missions get protected the most, and they won't get through. We're hardcore. We've been through a lot. We already know, and what they're messing with, they don't even understand the severity of it. They don't understand. There's way bigger creatures out there. There's way bigger out there. They really need to stop playing around like children and grow up.
Grow the F up. Yeah, I know.
It's like sit there and keep manipulating with your gifts, not learning a dang thing, hurting other people with what you can do. It's not helping anybody.
I know. It's and they are. It's like a very young and kind of stupid energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know. Young, yeah, I would call it young and stupid energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
sort of a, uh, and that's probably because and one day we're going to grow past them. We're going to rise past them, being able to even see them and them to see us. But I think they're lower level entities and maybe younger or maybe lower down, lower on the scale. They're not very developed.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like dealing with little kids or something. They're
Yeah.
just willful and don't know what's going on.
And that's what they don't understand with a lot of this energy either. That's why you got to sort through it and discern it. Some people have gifts that are actually cleansing and healing the negative energy, which means, but doesn't necessarily mean the entity itself is vile and terrible. It could be like a lot of things down here are twisted and uh um obscured. You can't quite understand them because of the density is so much on them. You don't see them. You don't see the true form. And if you're not clear enough, if you haven't done all the work, you won't be able to see their true form, and so that hurts too. That doesn't help either. That makes it more complicated.
Absolutely more complicated. I'm going to try and get some more light because my hat, which I'm proudly wearing, but I think it's kind of shading me a little too much. So I'm going to give you a little more light so you can see me better. See if that helps. Trying to get more professional here. You know me, I'm trying to be more of a professional. Well,
Yeah, see,
that boy over there, he's a professional though.
yeah, see, I work with bigger dragons, but my apparently main task is working with the juveniles and showing them and helping them because there were so many fragmented ones that got lost, and that's what I've been healing and helping. And those
Hmm.
really get misunderstood for tricksters and demons. Poor guys. And then they feel bad because some of mine actually get upset when they're called demons because they're just playing around and playing games. They're just babies. They
Yeah,
don't
they
know any better.
probably don't even know themselves what the heck they are for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them. So, yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
it. A lot of people, but they can make a lot of trouble for people who don't know how to handle them. I
Yeah.
mean, I had that. They can really make a lot of trouble, but so
Mm-hmm.
can little kids.
Yep.
They can make a lot of trouble. They can get themselves and everybody else in a whole lot of trouble. So you just think of them as being younger and not as developed. Uh, although some are very tricky, some are very cunning and tricky, and you have to keep an eye on them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, they're they're clever, but not exactly wise.
Yeah. Sometimes I catch a hint of what they do, and that makes me laugh. I go, "Oh, you guys are so funny. You try, but it's funny." they make they get a kick out of them.
Hey, Project Skyfalls, how you doing? Um, if anybody wants to come up here, let me get the link up again. Um, let me
Ooh,
see if I can.
Scotty, come up here.
Okay, and let me see if I can get this post a comment.
Yeah, and you'll still see me kind of. I have a dragon working on me, removing blocks and unlocking stuff yet. Still, because she's a works on my blocks like physically and spiritually at the same time. It's like an invisible chiropractor moving my stuff around.
Yeah, I have that too.
Yeah, she's right now working on my back, cracking everything. Might even be
Hmm.
work, and might even be connected to someone else's energy, helping them as well through me. Even
Hmm. Yeah, that happens too. It does happen. People don't understand. There's a lot going on. There's really a lot going on that, oh my gosh, that's way too bright. I gotta find somewhere to put this that it isn't driving me crazy. I need the light, but it's too in my eyes. I can't read. I need to figure out how to
that was a good one.
use the lighting. Anyway, whatever you do in dreams, Hook, try the opposite. What happened to Hook? Probably some Hook streams. Um, I have not been remembering any dreams, which is weird. I haven't remembered dreams in a while. Usually around a full moon, I'll start dreaming and remembering them. And usually the only time I remember dreams is the one I have in the morning. When I have them in the morning, if I have them,
Mhm.
I don't seem to remember through the night, when I get up to go pee or anything. But in the morning, somehow, if I can get a little bit of shut eye in the morning, I wake up with dreams usually. So, um, I've had a weird schedule. I have been completely changing my place around. I've had this strong urge that I finally want to get my place straightened out because the back room has been just loaded with packing boxes since I got here,
Mhm.
and I've never
Yeah.
gotten through them all.
Well, I actually took 2 days off because I only worked 2 days during the solar eclipse week. So I just took those 2 days off so I could get something done in between all the heavy energies coming in. If it really is a if it really is a combining of realms that I'm both going to be in at the same time, it's going to be an overload, and I'm probably going to be sleepy for days.
Probably. As a matter of fact, I think sometimes we're too hard on ourselves because there's been things that I've done that have been gargantuan tasks, and I've done them right on the stream. And I I wonder why I'm tired the next day or for a week, you know? And one of my teachers, Rika, she always said, okay, so you're exhausted. What superhero thing have you done that you're not acknowledging? Because usually that's why you're tired. You are not acknowledging some kind of thing you did that is that took a lot of energy, and you're just not, you know. I think we sometimes we forget that what we do is special. Everybody can't do this or doesn't know how,
Mm-hmm.
you know. in that regard, and that, it for us it's just natural and we just go do that. Like, something absolutely crazy and we just go do it. And we
Then
don't
you
think about how taxing that would be if we were a regular person, but we are just in a body, still. But we're used to being light beings, and this isn't a big factor when you're a light being, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So we're used to being light beings. It's like, yeah, we'll just do this and zip zam. And then our body is going, do you know what you just did? All my energy systems are fried. Can we have some downtime, please?
Yeah.
You know, poor little body is like, we really take it for granted. Why can't it just fly with us through these realms, right?
All right.
Why?
I don't know. I'm starting to teeter in between realms pretty good lately. I'm starting to see all sorts of things slip through from the other side.
Absolutely. Oh, there's going to be more of that.
Mm.
There's going to be way more of that.
Oh, especially after the eclipse. Woo! I almost wonder if it's a collision of realms that's gonna merge together. Actually.
Um, okay, as I far as I can see, um, it I've tried to explain it like we're you know what the flower of life looks like with all those circles, right? Interpenetrating circles. Ooh, interpenetration, Scotty. Interpenetration. He's all excited. And here's interpenetration. But and we're basically feeling the effects of four of them right now. And the reason that is because we're in this intermediary one. The four D4 or frequency four. I call them frequencies because people just argue. It's not D is not for dimension. It's for density. Okay, whatever it is, it's a frequency. And really,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So it's a frequency. So frequency four. We're in the middle of frequency four, and that comprises part of three and part of five. We are moving into five. We're past that boundary. We felt it last year. We hit that boundary of five. We're just in the lower five, though. Okay. We're going to be feeling three until we clear it entirely. So there's no surprise there. We're going to be feeling three for a while. We're feeling two slightly because we're still hanging on to three, have a little bit of three. But we're also, because we are hitting five, we're seeing glimpses of six.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a spectrum. It's not, it's a spectrum. So our spectrum is moving up. It's like we'll soon be able to see different colors too. And
Oh,
some people are already seeing that.
yep, I have been. And I've even starting to see so much light reflects out of my eyes and reflects back in, like I'm starting to get the crystal in my eyes. That
Yeah.
everything is like a starred out, exaggerated pattern. Like all light, like headlights at night now are like this massive bright light that just expands way out. I see like the individual rays of the lights themselves.
I'm seeing from time to time, not all the time, but sometimes when I look at my skin, I start to see an almost specks of light,
Mm-hmm.
like shiny little specks. So I don't know exactly. Maybe that's the silicon being thing. But yeah, I look and it's kind of like, well, yeah, I don't quite. I can kind of see little glowing specks of some kind, sort of. And haven't been using glitter, so yeah, like gold glitter. Yeah, Hoppy. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Um. Well, yeah, that's one thing you got to concern yourself with is if you've been outside, they put metal in the spray. Oh, hello, Kira. How you doing, Kira? Lovely Kira's in. Happy Easter. Um, yeah, it's something. It could some of it could be that in the stuff they're spraying, but they don't spray over my place, and you can get it like that if you want it. I have literally seen I have literally seen them spraying, spraying, spraying. They get into my territory and it cuts off. It's a normal contrail. And then they get past my place and then they start spraying again.
I have a unique idea. What if it's the dragons that work with you showing through you? Maybe some of your dragons are hanging out with you and you're seeing them reflect from you. Because I have
Maybe.
really highly reflective scales.
That's true. That could be. Um, I have seen myself when I'm doing the warrior thing. I've seen myself from different angles because I can actually bilocate, trilocate, and I can actually be several places at once. And I saw a figure that was doing what I knew I was doing, what one of me was doing, and it was light. It was a light being, and it looked like this sparkly being of light. And recently, I had that experience where I met these beings that were just light. I thought they were stars. I thought I was standing around with, stars around me, but it was beings, and one of them was me. So, um, yeah, I think that's going to get more pronounced as time goes on. I think we're going to see more of that. Yeah. Oh, flying in your dreams. Oh, yeah, I used to love to do that. I haven't done a whole lot of that, unfortunately, but I have played with sky dragons. Yeah.
I got rescued off a windowsill once from one.
Really? That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Rescued off of a windowsill. How did that happen?
I don't know. Well, that was in a dream. Not. I was hanging
Oh,
there going, "It'd be nice to have wings again or something." Well, I think I might have been. I might have had my wings ripped off. Occasionally, I have that happen. Then I got to regrow them.
there is a particular demon that used to go around ripping wings off of angels. You know that?
Oh, it's probably that one.
Mhm.
I heard one specifically Legion.
Mine got ripped off. I remember that hurt too. My
Yeah,
back hurt there for a long time. Oh, geez. And I'm coughing. It might have triggered a memory to think about that.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you have certain back ailments, it may be because of that. Um, and I think it's probably happened to a lot of us without us knowing, without us knowing exactly what happened. We just know we lost something. But they grow back, but they, they grow back kind of slow though. Um,
Oh yeah, my back hurt for quite a few days. Normally I heal faster, but not that time. I had to have help.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably part of it. And then it's funny, deers like change because mine, depending on who is looking, they either see them looking more like bat wings or more like angel wings or more like dragon wings. It's like they're all getting this idea of wings. And then Heather, one of the Heathers, not the Heather that you know, Heather Dawn, but one of the other ones, saw more of like it almost looked like some kind of a structure, like some kind of a. She drew it, and it didn't even look like an animal type thing. They looked. It was very. It looked more like an energy grid pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of wonder if maybe people see them based on. Is it based off me or is it based on their consciousness?
Maybe
You
it's.
know.
I think it's based on what type of energy they can recognize that you work with. Because some of us are ascended masters over a few times, and yeah, we use a lot of different types of energy at the same time.
Yeah. And you know what? If you're using a balanced energy, you're going to use light and dark energy. That's why I say I believe in being good, but not too good. You got to be in balance. It's like,
Yeah.
um, I think balance is actually where we're supposed to be, not
Yeah. And it's funny you
one
brought
or
up
the other.
it's funny you brought up deer because I literally almost had a deer kiss my window on the way home a few hours ago.
Almost kiss your window. You know, half the time that's actually a cover for a UFO event.
Mm-hmm.
But but sometimes not. But yeah, they say that any creature with the big eyes can be a cover for UFO. So
Yeah, it was a trip.
for the
It like
UFO
literally,
people.
I literally saw out of the side of my vision, literally turn, and that deer was literally almost to that window, and like seriously put the brakes on, and almost hit my car. Almost ran into my car,
That
and then
sounds.
yeah, and then I was gonna, and then literally we got to the town. I slowed down, and I had to slam on the brakes because I almost ran over a cat crossing the road.
Oh, and that would have been bad. Yeah, that would have been a really
Oh,
bad omen.
oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. I remember the time I felt pretty bad running over a black squirrel. We have black squirrels here. Poor little thing. Was just saw somebody across the street. It was spring, so mating season.
Hmm.
They get goofy. You know, ran right out in front of my car. Couldn't stop it. Kind of like the little Geico squirrels, you know.
Hmm.
So
Scotty, I said I slammed on the brakes. I missed the cat. I didn't hit it. You're
mhm.
funny.
um, I don't know. I keep getting the feeling that your deer that almost. I keep feeling that was not a deer.
Yeah.
I get a feeling it wasn't a deer. So I don't know. Make of that what you want. I can't
Hmm.
prove anything, but yeah.
Well,
Um.
well, in that area, there. I honestly think there is a ship in that area. I think there's a like a scout ship or something in that area because about that area a couple days ago, I was literally driving and it was like I ran out of gas super fast. My gas light was on and I barely made it to my house. It was weird. I'm like, there's no way a half a tank of gas just sucks down like that so fast. It was strange.
That is weird. Yeah, you know what? And that's another thing. If your car suddenly is out of gas. I've had that happen. It's like that's almost like a time slip thing, you know what I'm saying? I wonder if it's not a time slip too. I mean, is there some dimension where we were driving and we don't remember that part, you know, where we were driving the
Hmm.
wrong way or something? I mean,
Yeah.
we just don't know. If you don't remember, you don't remember.
Yeah, to me it felt like I was either going through a dimension that held on to my car and it needed extra force to get through, almost, or maybe even a timeline glitch where the time was slower and it
Hmm.
made me drive through it harder.
Hmm.
Something on that, because
Oh
it's like
well,
the car it's like the
you
car needed extra oomph to keep going. Like I had to help with the dragons were like almost had to like pull it out or something.
um, one thing I noticed is cars are machines, and our machines do not like magic much.
Nope.
They have a
It,
hard time acclimating. You have to literally acclimate. You have to do some things to acclimate your instruments to magic, or they f up.
mm,
Because my car used to balk like crazy. She got, and go figure, I don't know, the spirit of a dove came into my car. A silver dove came into my car, and then she had it easier after that. But before that, my car was having a heck of a time with me.
mm-hmm.
Um, Taking these jumps, I mean, I'd have to get somewhere, be a 6 hour drive, and I'd get there in three and a half. How?
Mm. Wow.
Or I'd be somewhere. How in the heck would I? How in the heck am I here? You know. Um, how did I get here? And how did I get here on that gas? On the gas I had weird. I had weird stuff like that, and I knew this is magic. And the car would really give me trouble. It would be really bulking at it because our technology is not attuned to that.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to help it by helping it attune. Then it works better. But yeah, eventually we will be making things that um, we'll be making things that are alive that will be able to handle it better. Our technology gets to a point, and I'm seeing one of my future selves when I say this. Our technology gets to the point where it can handle magic.
Mm-hmm.
We
Oh,
harmonize it somehow.
well, I have a little bit to extend myself. My car, okay, basically, I basically have I have a unicorn sticker on my car. My car is a unicorn. It's like the spirit of a unicorn is my car. It works great until a dragon of a certain frequency visits me, and then of like a higher frequency, or might even be like when it sets mine off and I'm unbalanced. Maybe when it's like a hurt dragon and then
Yeah,
its energy is off, it like spikes the electronics in my car, and suddenly my whole bar where I'm driving is all red. It totally like blips out, and I can't tell if I'm in park or drive because it's like a solid color. It's like it, I don't know, like it glitches out. But then when I turn my car off and turn it back on, it's perfectly fine.
yeah.
It's weird.
I used
And
to do weird stuff. It was just weird. It was did weird things. And
mhm,
I always had that dimension light going on all the time, which I
mhm.
know is now is complete bullshit. But hey, Desiree White, nice of you to come in. Mm,
Oh, and I noticed I started my hands driving. My hands would feel like numbing sensation. No, that's my dragons trying to help me drive. I,
yeah,
They get too excited and want you to hurry.
I
So they'll push
know.
their energy through harder, and I'll be like, no, I want my car to stay together. Calm down.
It's oh, that's funny. That is funny because um I remember times like that.
Hmm.
Exactly like that. Yeah. When you're driving along and you know you're not driving.
Hmm. It's like, settle down, we'll get there. It's like they get impatient and want to help, but then before you know it, you're surging with too much energy through you, and you're like, okay, calm down. I can't do this. Because
Mhm.
I'm shaking my hands trying to like shake them off. Calm down.
Calm down. Yeah, I know. They get it's oh geez. I used to do in order to stay awake because I'd be on long drives. I was a vendor that involved a lot of driving. I was a messenger that involved a lot of driving. I had these jobs that involved a lot of driving. Okay, and a lot of times driving alone at night. I actually like driving at night somehow. It's calmer and sleeping in the day. When I'm on a trip, when I'm driving for a long distance, I prefer to sleep in the daytime and um, drive all night because it's just less traffic. It's quieter. The vibe is quieter. But uh, I remember sometimes I would get on those long stretches of highway. I would swear there was one time when a storm came up and we were trying to get to a gig. Me and my ex were both in the car. I was driving. And I swear the snow came and it was coming right straight at us. And it looked exactly like a wormhole from the movies. You know, it looked like stars going by us. And all of a sudden, I'm in a wormhole somewhere driving through because it was so dark out. There was no moon.
Hmm.
And I'm trying to stay on the road. And I'm like, what? I'm like, all I could see, it's like really keep your eye on that road because, boy, did I feel spacey.
Hmm.
It really triggered some kind of memory there. Um,
Probably went through like a timeline, or went through yeah, like a different dimension, or even a timeline shift. Because I even have this when I'm driving. I can get somewhere if I really, really focus and I seriously don't want to be late and I left late. I'll get there every time, no matter what time I leave, just on time.
I did that so often. I think I did it too often, though.
Yeah,
I
I
did
think
that so
after a while they.
often when I was trying to get to a gig because
Hmm.
you didn't get, if you were too late, you wouldn't get paid and stuff. And it was like, I, I think I pushed it a little too
Hmm.
much, but
Yeah, I think at some point I got cut off from doing that a little bit.
yeah,
They're like, "Ah, you use your magic too much now." And then,
we did it too much. Yeah,
well,
I know.
because even my friend at work, the guy that I would hang out, I thought was my twin flame, but it turned out to be a false one, and all sorts of craziness. But anywho, he literally would joke and say, "Oh, I bet you made a portal." And then at one point, he's like, "Oh, I found your portal," because somehow he ended up at my house faster than usual.
Yeah, I have done some impossible, and we do impossible things, and it's just like then we look back and go, "Oh, hey, I guess that was impossible, huh?" Yeah. Wow.
And see, I learned to not say nothing impossible at all. I learned that simply missing a certain piece of knowledge at that time is what
Right.
you think you can't do it. But if you had that knowledge, that you can actually do it.
Absolutely. Or yeah, the right situation, you can do anything.
Hmm.
Um, I'm pretty sure that this is true of most people. We have got one. Well, that's what this show is about, largely. I'm trying to help people reactivate their godlike superpowers.
Mm-hmm.
Which are not superpowers. They're really not. Oh, did you hear this one wakes up and goes, "Meh." He's got a thing
And
or two to say about that.
yeah, and I got one right here constantly in my business. Would you stop?
He's like, "Meh."
This one constantly has to be. This one has dragon magic. He's like a dragon kitty mix or something type of guardian.
Do
And
you know about dragon kitties? Hmm? Gonna tell us about dragon kitties?
mm,
Here,
he-
let's give people a double dose of cute kitty feline fun there.
quit eating my chip bag, you nerd.
Yeah, he's got dragon energy, huh? I think they do have their own totems. I think they have their own. Now you know what Robin McCrae said that this one here, little cowboy, that he has Sasquatch energy on him.
Huh. Mm,
Somehow
interesting.
he has that. He has some kind of Sasquatch. But you know what? He used to be Bev's cat, and she had a window facing the big ravine where I know they're using it as a thoroughfare because of the tree break there and the big swath of grass that was mowed down, bigger than a deer. And he used to look out that window all the time, I guess, when he was her cat. That was where he'd spend the whole day and and the night and lay up in that window. And what do you want to bet that the Bigfoot would come and talk to him? You know, come up through the ravine and have a little look at him and have a little chat with him.
What?
It wouldn't surprise me one bit, really.
He just,
We've got very friendly ones here now. You know, it's funny because my neighbor Janet, she said, "Quit talking like that. You know that Bigfoot. You know that Bigfoot ain't the way you said." And I said, "What? What are you talking about?" She goes, "They're they're not like that. They're not physical." I'm like, "They're not physical." She says, "Yeah, they're just spiritual." I said, "Oh, really?" Well, is that why we have DNA samples here, foot casts, and some photographic evidence? We even have DNA to the point where we know that the uh, mitochondrial side is human, and the male side is unknown. So, just like, which is, by the way, just like the star child, the little star child body that they found, the little mummified star child body.
mm-hmm.
So, there's something about this. Mom was an earthling and, came from Earth, but daddy came from somewhere else, is unknown. So, it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of weird that, and that is like a theme that was even a biblical theme. It's like the sons of God came into the women of the daughters of man. Yeah, made the
Mm-hmm.
Nephilim. So I think that was maybe their way of trying to say that.
Yeah. Well, then I
Because
had, and that's what I had someone try to tell me the dragons were Nephilim. I'm like, no, they're not.
no,
Completely
doesn't make
different.
sense. That doesn't make sense.
I'm sharing my chips with mine right now. They hang out. They love chips.
Dragons.
Yeah.
Is that what happened to my chips? Is that where
Probably.
did my chips go?
That's why he
What?
would. He kept pawing at my chips because the dragons will communicate through my cat and tell me what they want.
Hmm. What about you, cowboy? Any dragons communicate through you? He giving me the side eye.
He's like, oh.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No, I get paid extra treats for relaying messages like that. He's an old kitty. I really, he was supposedly 8 when I got him. I've had him for a couple of years now, a couple or 3 years, and so he's probably about 10 now. Although they can last for 15 or more, but he's an older guy, so he spends a lot of time sleeping and meditating, don't you? He's a world-class champion lounger after all. Um, yeah, the Daughters of Cain, yeah. Universal Feline Dinner Time. Well, Universal Feline Dinner Time is actually, I had one that used to wake me up at 5:30 on the dot. How did he know? I mean,
Hmm.
even in daylight savings time.
Yeah.
How did this cat know? Could he could he read the clock? What what the heck?
Yeah, the dragons could have even helped them too. I noticed the feline connection with the dragons. One of mine will wander off and play with some invisible thing, and then meow and meow like she's keeping track of the little ones, like he's watching them or something.
Hmm. Oh yeah, Cowboy. Well, like all cats, he's every now and then he'll be watching something I can't see.
Hmm.
They do that. Although I gotta say, since I gridded the place, there hasn't been very much of that activity.
Yeah.
There hasn't been very much. But oh, you have a furry alarm clock too, D? Hook? Yeah, Off the Hook has a furry alarm clock. Yep. Um, how do you know if dragons are around? Is this a beginning of a joke? How do you know if dragons are around? You don't need to start a fire to toast your weenies. I don't know.
I can feel mine because I'm energetically connected to them. So when they're sitting on me a while, I actually have to stretch and move because they're heavy.
Mhm. Yeah, usually you can feel them.
Hmm.
It's I can't think of any other particular signs except you get that feeling that you're not
Hmm.
alone.
Well,
And yeah.
because I have energy through my hands, I transmit my energy into whatever I'm drinking. So they'll sit there and hang out with me and drink my coffee or drink my water. You'll see ripples from them licking it.
You know what? And this is kind of funny too, because um, in the movie they even showed it, but in Whitley Strieber's books, he was talking about how every time he met one of the ETs, he could be at a cafe or something sitting alone, and one would sit down, nobody'd see him except Whitley.
Hmm.
But he said they loved coffee. They loved meeting him at a cafe. But after they'd leave and he was done talking to him, the coffee had be gone. He'd have to order another cup of coffee. They'd drink all his coffee without him noticing. See?
Hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I got one right here. I can actually feel him right here. I'm giving him scratches. What I'm scratching, I'm not exactly sure. He better not be his behind. I'll kick him in the butt.
Hmm.
But
Oh, Desert Rose, to answer your question, well, yeah, we know they were feather servants. That was Quetzalcoatl. That's what
hmm
Quetzalcoatl and her cocha were called. Yeah,
no,
we've even found them.
I know I have 5 major ones, 5 bigger ones around all the time. And the babies vary here and there, whichever stragglers I pick up, the youngsters I pick up the train, and through interaction, through what I'm watching, they learn, and games I play, they learn from it.
Hmm. Oh, well, that's interesting that we're raising broods of dragonettes, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, your sister is a dragon. Really? Cool. In what way? You mean born in? The year of, or? Mm, yeah. Well, I think the feathered serpent ones might have been the flying ones
Mm-hmm.
because I think there were different kinds of dragons because
No.
the ones that I see are not all like the China. I think the ones from the ones in the sky were kind of like the Chinese ones. They were kind of long and thin and had more than, they draw them with more than 4 feet. So, yeah, I think they had more feet originally. And they had that, what, what, yeah, what Mud Fossil University Roger would say, that fluty stuff on him,
Mm-hmm.
and then the feather up by the head. He found all that. He found all of the evidence of that. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's definite that with, but they were big. The thing is, they were so darn big that it's hard for our minds to even comprehend how big they were. Now,
Well, and it's
when
funny
I
when,
go
well, I was
ahead.
gonna say, when I have them up here eating with me, I can feel their energy rise, and I can feel their energy get stronger while they're eating.
Hmm.
I'm getting excited that I'm sharing.
Hmm.
Not sure if they actually eat it, but they get excited and play with it.
Um, actually, the one that I the one that I saw coming in through a Stargate one time. It looked like a dragon, but it had a rather large bulge in the middle. And I'm wondering exactly what that meant. Is that cargo? Was it pregnant? I mean, it wasn't, it was closer to the other kind of dragon that had more of a structure, not quite like a serpentine one. It was a little bit more like the Western version of a dragon. Um, but it wasn't quite, and it wasn't quite a Chinese dragon either. It was somewhere, and it was golden and very beautiful, sparkly skin, sparkly scales, real sparkly, golden, and its eyes were like, "What are you? You're trying to get yourself electrocuted. You shouldn't be chewing on cords. I have told you this many times. You don't need to be charged up. You don't need to be charged. No, let it go. Okay. You're going to chew on it." He's upset. He has found a charger cord.
Uh-oh.
He doesn't want to relinquish it. Well, it, at least it's not plugged in. No, I checked. If it was plugged in, I'd be worried, but I can replace it. But hey, be nice. I know it's your charger cord now. Okay. Has your cats been more active lately? Have they been more like
In my
cantankerous?
Yeah, and in my face just now, one just flew in front of me like a nutball. It's like, dude, calm down, and just barrel through like a crazy animal. He gets jealous over the dragons and has to hone in, and he gets pushed out a lot when I have a lot of visitors. He gets defensive and territorial over me.
Rose says it was a crystal in its belly. Oh,
Make,
okay.
makes sense.
Okay. because it wasn't just like, all the way and tapered like a serpent. It was more, it had a bulge somewhere along there, more of that kind. And maybe there are different models. Maybe they're a little slightly different species. As far as I can tell, like there are sea dragons, there are
Yeah.
sky dragons, you know. Maybe they're just different kinds.
Hmm. I
And
noticed there's a I noticed there's a misconception about the Leviathan too. That's just a sea dragon. He's just a very powerful, darker one. He's just a deals with more dark energy, so it comes off as a demon. He's not an actual demon.
um,
To me anyway, it comes off as like a more of a sea dragon. But
yeah,
percep-
yeah, that's
percep-
right. Was yeah, the sea dragon, Leviathan. That's kind of
Mhm.
what like a really big Nessie.
Yeah.
And I really believe that there is probably a Nessie too. I mean, I can kind of see where we got a plesiosaur out there somewhere. What were the dragons? An evolved dinosaur? What they're calling dinosaurs? How do we
Mhm.
know what their lives were like and
I
how
think they were
evolved
on it.
they were?
I think they were honestly dragons and just made the dinosaurs up to cover because they don't want us to know about them.
Because they covered up. Yeah, they, the dinosaurs were cover for the dragons. That's exactly what I think is. Apparently, Earth was originally Saurian. Um, this wasn't a mammalian base here. It was a Saurian base, and there are still pterosaurs, and they're neutral for the most part. Um, they're not evil beings. They're neutral. They're kind of like us. They have personalities in that regard.
Mhm.
I did meet somebody who said that she was a hybrid, and she was told all about why and why she volunteered to be a hybrid, and how to tell if you're a hybrid. If you do not have, well, one of the things that she told me that really freaked me out is because I've always seen people when they've exerted themselves, I've seen the sinews pop out, right? But that doesn't happen to me. But I'm
Mhm.
very strong. I'm very strong. I mean, I moved this great big dresser that I got. Two men carried it in. I moved this sucker by myself into the front room.
Mhm.
And I do stuff like that. I just, other people are like, "Shh," and I'm just like, you know.
Mhm.
Um, but she said, if you do this, like you're pulling yourself up and you're doing that, and you don't have the sinews pop out, then you uh, don't have don't have that because your ancestors were not swinging through the trees.
Mhm.
Yeah, but then if you're then you're terribly strong. And I mean, I used to press 600 pounds. So, you know, and then when I was a little kid, when I was just very young, I guess I was walking around with my mother's weights,
Mhm.
playing with them.
I was a
So
little
I'm like,
Yeah, I was a little baby when I picked up not a baby, but I was just starting to walk, and I picked up a laundry soap laundry bottle the same size as me.
yeah, when I was a kid, I'd do stuff like that, and people would be like, "How is she doing that?" And then I guess I talked it 3 months in full sentences. Just said a full sentence to my mom. And I kind of remember it. I kind of sort of remember because we were watching TV and it was black and white TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I used to do that. And it was a war movie. I was one of those, a fighter. And she looked at me like, what did you just talk to me? You know, 'cause I hadn't said a word up to then. They were beginning to think, because I didn't talk baby talk either. I just would cry or be silent.
Well, and
So cry or laugh or
and I learned I just recently was told in a reading, which makes total sense because I've seen them do it to my kid as well. It makes a lot of sense. Is the babies, the younger dragons, can actually take control of your body temporarily and move you and help make you do things.
Mhm.
And that's not demonic possession. It's a dragon trying to help you and just misbehaving, doing they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
They're supposed to learn not to do that. But I used to sleepwalk, and I bet you that's what they were doing. They wanted to go eat, so they had me sleepwalking to the fridge.
You guys behave, behave. But I mean, you do that. I mean, just do that. Just do that and tell me, do you have? I'm just
Yeah.
wondering. You don't have them?
No.
No. See, I had a feeling. You're are you RH negative?
Yep.
I rest my case.
Yeah. Actually.
Apparently, some of the pterosaurs lent us some of their genetics to help out. Really,
Mm-hmm.
um, it doesn't make us necessarily, because some of this it makes you more susceptible to possession. Well, maybe it does, the royal family and stuff, but they're not the same as the drakes. The pterosaurs and the drakes are two different species.
Mm-hmm.
Both are reptilian, but they're not the same species. And I will say that because in their defense, I think really look at the way that the pyramids are built. They're built entirely different than
Mm-hmm.
things that came after. Okay. I think the reptilians, I think that's their architecture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I noticed too that I when I used to
The
work
earth
in
reptiles. Yeah.
when I used to work in fiberglass, I used to run a pultrusion machine. I could move a 400-pound, 500-pound barrel on my own. And I'd totally pick it up, but I can move it and push it around. And I'm like, wow, I couldn't believe I could do that. I just randomly tried to do it once, and I was impressed with myself. And then I'm working at the creamery, and I noticed I don't even have to weight lift or nothing. I just have to keep a harder physical job to keep in shape. And I
Yeah.
just naturally stay in shape. I don't have to lift constantly all the time, but it would help. But it would help if I did more. But I actually had
Well,
someone notice he couldn't believe how strong I was without working out because he said he works out and busts his butt constantly to get like that, and I don't have to hardly do anything.
me too. I haven't worked out in years. I did used to have a membership to a spa, Bally's Fitness. I loved it. I loved it because I could go and I could get in the hot tub when my fibro acted up. But I think a lot of us too, it's like we have that in our metabolism and some things affect us differently. And
Hmm.
that's why we get weird things like fibro and so on, is we're not simpatico with some of these things that other people are okay with. Um, but yeah, I do not work out. However, I could just take that thing and just, I mean, my helper, who is younger than me, not way younger, but fit, you know, pretty sturdy. She's very slowly moving this thing, very slowly. And I just take it and I just, you know, and she's looking at me like, you know, but I don't work out. So, yeah, I'm thinking that's part of it is the strength. Might be another way to tell. But now, how do we know then that that isn't why we don't have dragons?
Yeah.
Is that why we have dragons?
Is that?
Is
Well, I
because
got
we
one.
have that, because they contributed that to us. And in which case, if that is the truth, now, I'm not saying I can prove any of that. That's what this woman was saying. She was, she was saying, yes, I'm kind of an ambassador to let people know that, et cetera, et cetera. But if that is the truth, then I want to thank them for my immense
Mhm.
strength. Thank you very much for that structure. It's very kind of you, and for maybe my ability to see dragons where other people cannot.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, and well, then someone I noticed mentioned in chat that makes you reptilian. Not just partial DNA doesn't necessarily make you reptilian. It just means you can access certain parts of gifts or certain parts of your aspect better
Yeah.
or easier than others is all.
Well, I think we're all a mix of
Yeah.
lots of things. You know,
It
I should
depends
say,
on it depends on what you personally want to unlock and work on and work with, and what you envision yourself as, and the memories you unlock and learn about yourself as well.
hmm yeah, I think really there's a lot more to that that we could probably find out. I mean, my
Hmm.
thoughts are uh, whatever mix we are. I mean, there are supposedly these aliens, and are they Andromedans perhaps? They're
Hmm.
insanely strong, you know. They're very, very strong. They're very sturdy. But there are like certain species that just their structure, they're very, very strong. There's other species that are more willowy, but they're very, very psychic. They're extremely psychic. And there's just but it's I think we all kind of have a background that's mixed up, and really I keep getting told that many of us are mixed with lots of things, that
Yeah.
many races contributed to our total makeup, and that we have been tweaked over and over again by different species.
Yeah. To try to get the best of both. Oh, I think some of us have the best of both, like be able to do the psychic and be as strong, so that in the process I think they learn that you can have one attribute, but if you don't have enough of the other, again, it's all about certain things for balance within your own. Because if you have too much of one, then you're more susceptible to not being able to protect yourself. And, you want to be able to have all those gifts, but yet protect yourself and be able to do things you need to. And sometimes if you're unbalanced, it makes it harder.
Yeah, I think so. By the way, good night, Desert Rose and Ofty Hook, who they're toddling off to bed. And James says I grow muscle easily. Yeah. Well, James, do you have those sinews in your arms? I'd like to know. In the chat here, I'm asking you, can people like give me a kind of a sound off here? Who has them? Who doesn't have them? If you don't mind. Um, James says he grows muscle very easily. Yeah. Some people bulk up really easy,
Mm-hmm.
really fast, and some people they cannot gain weight no matter what they do. Some people try so hard. I mean, I knew a guy that I swear he tried so hard to build muscle up and he could not do it. He couldn't. He was
See, when I get in,
strong. Hmm?
hi guys, it Rose. Oh, I know I
Oh,
said hi
negative
already, but
Cherokee. Oh, yeah, Cherokee deer.
Mm. And see, yeah, Desert Road, Cherokee, you're kind of know about us. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, all the initial natives were so super spiritual, man. And I know some that even talks about giants and twin angels coming down. And I actually had a vision of that. I was one of those angels in a past life that actually dealt with the giants directly. And I think I
Mhm.
still do.
Probably we do. I mean, what's to say that I hate to tell you this. At one point, we were the giants.
Mhm.
We were, I mean, and I even remember that. Okay, I remember I have having had been that. I think one of my memories, one of my soul pieces I got back, looks to be an Anunnaki,
Mhm.
whichever way you want to say that. But yeah, looks like it was from that lifetime. Me and my sister both had red hair. We looked very much alike. I think we were twins or maybe clones. Who knows? They had all kinds of genetic things going on, experiments going on. And we were very powerful, very advanced society back at that time. I have these memories. We were very advanced.
Mhm.
We had the floating cities and stuff. That's why you don't find them all down here on this planet, on the earth, on the surface of the earth. That isn't where they were.
Mhm.
A lot of them were up in the air. So, yeah, and a lot of them left when things went wrong. That's why some of them just are deserted. A lot of people just left. So, but whoever was stuck on the surface from time to time really had a hard reset.
Mhm. We got our
So, yeah.
Yeah, we got our clan right here. Then you're all talking about red hair. Technically, mine used to be. Now it's more of a gold color, but it used to be a really darker red.
All of that are check boxes for autoimmune too. Yeah. You know what? That's what I was thinking too. And a lot of us have autoimmune problems. It seems like we have autoimmune problems.
Yeah,
We
my
we have
celiac
more,
disease.
somehow, more tolerance, I think they say, more tolerance to pain as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I can just kind of ignore it. And then when I get a massage, it's like, wow!
I know, right?
How could I be storing that much pain and not notice? Because Yolana will just hit spots sometimes. "Wah!" I, and she get sometimes we try to make a joke of it because when she first started, I was really painful. I was just in a bad shape, and I mean, and we joke. I'd go, "Wow!" And she'd go, "Werewolves of London."
Mm-hmm.
We just laugh, but it was very painful to get out of the pain. Now I've gotten rid of a lot of the pain, but I think it's very important for us to detox.
Yeah, I
Some
detox a
of us
lot.
are just, some people can handle all the poison and toxin and bullshit, and we can't. We don't do that well. Some of us are just not cut out for that. I think if we have, um, yeah, if we have, oh, you have red hair too? See,
Mm-hmm.
see. And I dyed my hair colors, but I kind of, after a while, I stopped doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I
I used to dye my
realized
hair.
how cool my
Sorry.
hair was.
Yeah.
That it looked kind of blonde in one light and brown in another light and red in the sunlight and it's like, well, that's actually pretty cool. I got color changing hair. So, in this light, I got it. It looks mostly kind of brown. You can kind of see maybe some gold in it, blonde. But yeah, redheads. As they age, our hair kind of gets more bronzy. You know, more of a bronzy, more closer to blonde, and then when the white starts to come in, it kind of blends in kind of interestingly. Like
Mhm.
my hair is completely uncolored, and you can see there's very little white in it. You can see little tufts here and there, but little
Mhm.
wisps, but hardly any. Yeah, and we'll be like one of the last to lose our hair color entirely to get white hair.
Mhm.
So,
Well, I was told it's a celestial like birthmark. I have like the underside of my hair, a strip that's bright white.
really, I
Mhm.
have never. I don't know. I don't think I have that. Hmm.
That's like a strip. When I have my hair up, you'll see it like in the back, but otherwise,
Wow, how cool.
mhm.
Kind of like the Bride of Frankenstein or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Be cool if you had those. Yeah, that'd be real goth, wouldn't it? That would be
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I thought of doing that too. I thought of putting like white stripes in either side and just because I used to put my hair up, I used to have anti-gravity hair. I guess that's a Pleiadian thing,
Oh yeah, probably.
is that a lot of times you'll see Pleiadians because they can do the anti-gravity thing, that a lot of times you'll see them with their hair kind of standing up, kind of flowing up behind them. So, I used to do my hair. What I used to do is I used to get it full of like what do they call it? The hair gel, the spray hair
Mhm.
gel. I'd go in with the spray hair gel and my blow dryer and bend over and spray my
Wow.
and then I kind of shape it around and into all these weird anti-gravity shapes. And so I
Yeah,
was kind of known for that for a while.
I have a little dragon sitting right here, and he'll play with my hair. You'll occasionally over here see my hair move by itself. They
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when I get one that really wants my attention. Yeah, he'll do that. He'll start playing with my hair.
Oh, what? We aren't meant for our modern toxic lifestyles, might also be the bloodlines that are supposed to be around animals or the autoimmune turns inward without their pathogens. Ah, I see. Yeah, well, that's an interesting thought. You have a red cherry on the back of your neck. A red cherry? I mean,
That's interesting.
shaped like. Yeah, a lot of us have really weird birthmarks. No worries, Desert Rose. I accidentally dyed my beard and it turned reddish. Yeah, yeah. If you dye red hair dark, it's hard to get back the red. Yeah, that's too bad. Sometimes your hair kind of goes the way you want it to. Um, I had, now this really weirds me out. I had a birthmark all my life of a shooting star on my calf. And at one point I realized it's gone. After 2012, they forgot to add the birthmark on my leg. I
Wow.
what is this? The Matrix fucking up? What happened to
Mhm.
my birthmark? What happened to it? And I've heard stories of people having. Who was telling? Somebody was telling me that she had freckles, redhead, with freckles, and then she had a son, and somehow during the course of her pregnancy, she started to lose her freckles. But her son
Oh
was
wow.
born with the freckles. Her
Oh
son
wow.
took all her freckles. So that's funny. Oh, you have a cherry birthmark instead of a strawberry birthmark. That wasn't that some kind of royal thing, a strawberry birthmark. I seem to recall something like that. Might want to look that up. The strawberry birthmark. I think some of the royal families had that. You have a red
Yeah,
chili, though. That's interesting.
I
Yeah.
suppose I suppose they have royal bloodline, but I'm not 100% positive. I don't go into all the information some people tell me sometimes. That just see if it more reveals itself. But yeah, I got like some royal line of something connected to the Christ bloodlines.
Interesting. Yeah, I had now, you know what? I woke up from a really weird dream. I walked in the bathroom and saw and had a triangle mark on my arm and like a constellation all over that area from here on down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the heck? And it was glowing, but it eventually wore off. It eventually faded. But I'm like, what the heck happened to me? Well, I hear that having the birthmarks is a mark that you've had a visit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, maybe the strawberry birthmark. I don't know. They could do that. Like for instance, there's really no reason to make people different skin colors unless you're studying them, unless you're studying the genetics, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, why would people be different skin colors unless you're trying to keep track of them? That's kind of a thought.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we like the petri dish that gets gets cleaned sterilized every now and then with resets is what came to my mind. I mean, have we been has Earth been like some kind of alien petri dish? They know that the species is going to get wiped out at some point and the experiment will be over and on to the next one. Sometimes I have thoughts like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now, the one that I don't seem to lose uh, is this one, which looks like a sucker bite right here from time to time. It gets very red. I've had that one. I've never lost that. Right over my third eye.
Oh wow.
Looks like somebody gave me a sucker bite on my third eye. But yeah, my shooting star on my calf is gone. Weird, huh?
Hmm. Yeah.
Um,
I'm sorry. I'm trying to be as polite as I can while I kind of nibble on my chips, and then my cat's over here trying to pull my hand away from me. I had like, hello, I want some. Get out of here.
Birthmarks, yeah. Rose is saying birthmarks are usually from past life. Well, actually, I've heard that, and I wonder what happened in my past life to give me a shooting star there, and what
Mm-hmm.
happened to give me a mark right here. But I've heard of that before, though. Other people have had those. Somebody told me her father used to get those red
Yeah.
spots, like right over the third eye.
Mm. Occasionally, I'll get the red spot on my arm when I'm outside in the sun too long.
Hmm.
Like in a
Um,
strange formation, but and then it goes away.
yeah, mine just comes and goes at odd times. I have no idea why. Like, is it even there right now? Usually it's kind of faint. Sometimes it gets really bright.
Yeah. And my
Let's
freckles
see.
get darker in the sun too.
It's there very slightly. You can see it. It just looks like a little rosacea or something. It's like this kind of a, tonight it's kind of a triangular shape, downward pointing triangle. So, but it's very light.
Maybe it's indication you've had surgery on your third eye to help you or something.
Maybe. Oh, Woo Riders has a birthmark that looks like the state of Alaska. Oh, that's cool. Hmm. Yeah, I think there are people who have had past life experiences that explain their birthmark. That's true. Did I tell you? I think I was married to a. I have run into, I swear, I have run into a lot of hybrids. I
Mm-hmm.
think. I was married to one, I think. I swear he was not normal. His physiology was not normal. I dated somebody who openly told me right out that they were a lizard, and he was a very odd bird. Nice fellow, very polite, but odd, odd, very odd. And my ex, I kept getting the feeling he was from some aquatic place because of the way he could swim. Because he could put his feet flat down and just swim like that really well. I mean, I kept thinking he's some kind of aquatic thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he had very oily skin, which is also an aquatic thing. That is to keep them. I mean, that they have to have that.
So,
So he was an
someone
oily
from
guy. So
someone from Sirius, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe. Are you serious? Serious about that? I
Because
have extremely.
I have a lot of Sirius connections.
Yeah, I have some serious connections. Let me tell
Me too.
you. You know what? It's like the dog and the cat were, sitting in front of the computer, and the owner lets the windows open. And so the cat goes up and decides to play with the mouse. It was just too tempting. He turns to look at the dog and he says, "Guess what? I found out about you. You're a freaking alien." The dog says, "What? Are you serious?" He says, "No, you're from Sirius." I'm just kidding. Anyway, actually, I hear that they're both from Sirius now. They're both from New Sirius, the planet that they had to move to because, or Sirius. New Ly is where the Lyrans have sort of New Lyra because they can't because Lyra got destroyed. Not Lyra's. So
I
they
definitely,
have to move in with the dogs, and so dogs and cats get along fine.
yeah.
Dogs and cats living together.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, they
Yeah.
live together fine. My
No,
dogs and cats.
dragons and cats are getting complicated, man.
Yeah, that'll get complicated. Yeah.
They're in their territorial crap. They can't behave.
Dragons and fairies will get complicated too, and
Mhm.
and fairies and cats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cats and fairies kind of play with each other, and yeah, the magical. You know what? It's funny too because when the magical types, and I don't think it's so much that they're coming back.
Gee,
Really? Did you hear that?
always agreeing with what we're talking about.
Yeah. I don't think it's so much that the magical creatures are coming back. I think we're just able to see them.
Yep. And they're letting
But
themselves be seen.
yeah, we're in the energy now. We're in the bandwidth where we can
Uh-huh.
see them again. See, you're going to see things when you're in the right bandwidth. Our eyes are limited to a certain bandwidth.
Mhm.
Probably our third eyes are too, until we
Yeah.
have them open all the way. Our hearing is a certain bandwidth. We've got a certain bandwidth. As you
Hmm.
move up, you're going to see creatures that exist in different bandwidths. That's what I think it really is. Oh, they're coming back. They've always been. They've always been.
Yep.
And if you want to see it as coming back, okay, that's fine. But really, we're coming back.
Yeah. We're
I
finally
think
getting
that's who
back
we
up
are.
there.
So,
Cause my closet's like an interdimensional highway.
oh God, I had that when I was growing up. Our our place was Grand Central Station. It was like people coming and going all the time.
Very
Uh,
nice.
but then again, that's Ohio, and every third basement is haunted, and my attic was haunted, and yeah, there was a lot
Well,
of hauntings, and
and I think it's more just like portals that open in random places just to play around or to get somewhere that your that place happens to inconveniently be because people don't know how to build houses properly. Because look, they can see where they're building, so you're literally built probably put houses where there's a highway, and well, you're gonna have to suck it up and deal with it. As long as it's not like some demonic one, then you can close it. But other than that, I try to let them be and just let them do their thing until something negative shows up. Then you gotta remove that or cleanse and heal. And I think a lot of it's more of a some come to be healed and cleansed as
woo!
well.
Do you know? I think we had a hellmouth open up really around a certain area of town in here, and
Hmm.
it was near the soup kitchen. And I think one of the reasons it opened is because that is like one of it's not that far from, you know, courthouse and jail. We got it within relatively, but some of the most dangerous people end up down there at the soup kitchen because they go there when they first come out, right?
Hmm.
And I sometimes wonder if that didn't open because I think I've managed to seal that for the most part,
Hmm.
but that was a hard fucker to seal. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
sure it still is, but yeah, I think there were people that were feeding it definitely,
Hmm.
and I think that that sort of thing hangs around places like that because there are people that it can catch. So, hey, Dark Meadow, what's up? So yeah, I think they can just catch people like that, and then we have some
Well,
people that I can't explain with abilities
well,
that I can't explain.
well, and I think too that's why they emphasis hardcore about cleansing and clearing out your chakras because your chakras are essentially a portal on their own as well. And if you don't have that negative energy to manipulate and pull from, they won't bother because then but that's why you got to keep yourself cleared out and do the work.
Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, I would draw these people from where I'm from,
Hmm.
and I eventually noticed that when I drew a star on like a star on their forehead, they were pregnant. When I was drawing a pregnant one, I drew a star in their forehead. And it was like the uh and it was like the star, not the Star of David. It was like the four pointed star,
Hmm.
like the Bethlehem star. And then I realized something. When a woman's giving birth and a soul is coming in, a stargate's opening.
Yeah.
That's what's happening, really. So wouldn't that make sense that and I had a Mayan teacher, and one of the weird things is That star is synonymous. It has other meanings too. It is synonymous with Stargate
Mhm.
because the Mayans knew about Stargates. So, um, yeah, I am thinking that's what literally happens is when you're giving birth, you're literally you're opening a Stargate. So that means every woman has the ability to do that, to bring a
Mhm.
soul in. Now the thing is, I think that's why they are really hammering on making it cool to have abortions.
Yeah.
Because if you're interfering with that process, whoops.
No, I just turned my camera off a minute.
Okay.
I have to stretch. They're all hanging out on me and chilling, listening.
They having fun? When are you
Yes,
going to come into the conversation, guys?
it's like you lead weights. Give, give me a minute. Sheesh.
That's
I'm just gonna stretch my
funny,
legs.
that meta. Y'all are so funny, really.
Oh,
Well,
over.
I'll go and look at that, Woo Rider. If you want to put a link for that in, go right ahead. If you got something going on and you're blue and you want to put a link for your video or your channel, go right ahead and put it in there, okay? If I turned you blue, then you can do that, okay? Because I don't mind. I
Well,
do mind when people flood, though.
yeah. Well, and then I did realize that's probably why we're so strong in the first place, is because of our etherical form. We have dragons sitting on us all the time. We're like perches, and they hang out. So that's probably why we are strong, because we carry a lot with us. Literally.
Here's another thing I found out. Somehow, I and I'm still a little wondering about this. I had pains in my back. When I looked, I asked for help. And here they were pulling what looked like angels, were pulling these big crystals out of my back, these big crystals.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, the heck? There would be times when I would have so many crystals in me, it would be like I would just imagine a chute opening and letting them all out, and then my back would feel better. It was like I was carrying all these crystals in me. I don't know why. Can anybody explain this? I mean, it was bigger
You
than my body. It was bigger than my body. It must have been my in my astral body somehow, you know?
probably you were probably dozen keeper for something. A dragon might have even put it there.
Yeah, I wondered since she said a big crystal, it's like I had these crystals that I finally got them all out, but until that ended, yeah, it was like something was poking me in the back all the time. And then when they finally got them out, it's like, oh, good, they're not poking me in the back anymore. But yeah, I often think, was I carrying a whole freaking library around with me? What
Probably.
was I doing, with all those? So,
Well,
yeah.
well, and was having problems with my back when I'd wake up. I could hardly move. Turns out I have one of them that sleeps on me all the time, and one of them to make me comfy, set my back on fire, scorched the spot in my back to make a sleeping spot. I'm like, seriously?
Do you mind? Yes.
It's like, I know your personal bed, man.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I feel really hot. And I'm like, excuse yourself. It's not a hot flash. I'm past the age of hot flashes.
Yeah,
But did you sneeze? What's going on here? Mhm.
I know.
So
Yeah, a few times. My, one of them would set himself on fire to keep himself warm. I'm like, what? So you mean you're gonna burn my butt because you want to light yourself on fire because you're cold? Really?
yeah,
Then it makes you wonder why is the dragon even feeling cold?
yeah. That does not make exactly, especially if they're entirely etheric.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking something to do with my connection through my DNA and empathic thing. I was cold, and so it made him cold. He could feel it. So maybe they can sense and feel things I do at the same time. I sense what they do.
Mhm. Maybe it's probably something like that.
It's like an
Oh
energetic
my God.
sharing connection.
We've been on for 3 hours already.
Holy crap.
Yeah, we've been talking, we're just playing around for 3 hours, just hanging out, enjoying each other's company. I really do enjoy your company, and I love my chat room. My chat room is so much fun, so much fun. But I tried earlier. I tried just coming on live with just YouTube. It was dismal. It was dreadful. Maybe I'll try it again sometime. Like I'll try it when I have something because it turns private after you're done, after the stream ends, becomes private. Maybe when I do readings, sometimes I'll try that and see what happens. But um, it was very weird. So I got off to a weird start tonight. Oh, you got a 0 point share. That sounds good. Yeah, I bet it would make a huge difference. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
and has
Yeah.
and has your cat been like doing odd, totally new, different behaviors that are just ridiculous to where, they might possibly helping doing something, but at the same time you're like, no, get out of here. Because mine started sleeping on my head. I'm like, dude, what is your problem? I'm like, oh heck no, I had to boot him. I gave him the boot. I'm saying, I'm sorry, that's too much.
Mine has a chat with me, but I think this may be because of Teresa's cat. Teresa was complaining that her cat was always she'd get up and she'd be making breakfast. The cat was always meow 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 meow, talking to her. Well,
Yeah.
mine didn't do much of that in the morning. He was pretty quiet, but then she sensed a connection between her cat and my cat because my cat came to visit her. Cowboy
Oh,
visits people, by the way, sometimes, so don't be surprised if you see him. He
wow.
visits. So she says, I think they're kind of connected. And she says, uh, can I speak to my son-in-law a minute? My cat's son-in-law. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
okay. But then he started doing this. And I'm like, have you two been talking? What's the deal, dude? You know?
Hmm.
Um, he started doing some of her behaviors. I'm like, you guys are ganging up on us, huh? But
Yeah.
are you just meow 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 meow? And I finally told him, I said, you know what? You're gonna have to wait until mom is done eating and then we'll talk, okay? But then after I'm done eating, I'll see what you need and then we'll talk about it and we'll get things handled. But oh yeah, it's 1 o'clock wherever Desert Rose is.
Oh, good night, Desert Rose.
Good night. Now she finally is going. And you know what? I'm going to beg off too. I'm going to be back on tomorrow. I'm going to be doing readings. I got a whole new deck. I forget which deck I have,
Nice.
but I got a new deck in, and so we'll have a new Oracle deck. So because really, Timu has some great deals. So when I get a chance, if I find them really cheap, I just get a new deck. Like I think one of them I got was only like $3 or something.
Oh, nice.
You don't get the guidebook, but then again, if you read psychically, it doesn't matter anyway. So yeah, you can use, a lot of times they'll give you a PDF guidebook though, but or you can find it online somewhere. But tomorrow night we're going to have a new deck that I'm going to be able to offer you, and as usual, everybody who is a everybody who's a Patreon subscriber to my Patreon, you get a um, lovely extra card with your reading. So you might have some other thing too that I'm not sure yet if I'm going to offer you something else. But hang on, let me get that. Need to be my own copy. Uh, I am much slower at this than some people, but I am getting the hang of it. There. And there is my link. If you would like to help the show, you can contribute. It just warms my heart so much, even if you're a member just by being a free member. But if uh, you want to contribute the dollar, that's cool too. I'm going to provide. Oh, and thank you, Angel Wings, for coming on. It was very interesting. You're welcome to come back. Um, I am thinking of having, like I said, a package of dragon where you get a dragon package for this year. 52 a year's worth of dragons, weekly dragons. Um, I promise not to send you too many emails. Usually only when I'm telling you a show is coming on. Okay, when I tell you I'm coming on, that's when you're going to get an email, or maybe once in a while you'll get like, hey, I got this new thing I'm offering members, something like that. Or if I'm giving something away, a class or something, but to members. So I'm going to have membership perks that are pretty cool. I decided it's time for me to really get serious about that. Uh, since I'm doing this, I have been doing this completely gratis for years now. And I just feel like $1 isn't that much, you know. Even a couple dollars or three, I've supported people for that. But I am willing to give you some extra content, and I'm willing to give you some goodies. So, and so please, um, ooh, I guess no, I didn't boot you. I didn't boot you, Angel Wings. That's okay. We're closing down anyway. Hope to see you next time on The Price is Right. Um, yeah, so you get special rewards. It didn't come through as a link. You can't click it. Yeah, you're right. You can't click that. It's annoying. Why isn't it a link? That's annoying. Oh well, see if you can copy paste it. If you can copy paste it, maybe That is really weird. Could it be, wait, let me see. Did that work? No. How do you do it then? Somebody help. Technical, I'm not. Techie, I'm not. Not very techie, really. You can tell me how to build my own computer, but when it comes to YouTube, that's a whole different story. Hmm. Doggone it, Joe. Which one of you wrenches is going to help me with this? Why can't I drop links in my own damn chat room? I have to wrench myself? Thank you. Let me see if there's anything. No. No can do. Okay, how did you do that, Angel Wings? How did you do that? Hmm. Okay, kitty. Okay, somebody copy that link so they can put my link in to help me out, okay? Oh. Oh. Oh, got it. Okay. I'm going to fix that. Oh, it didn't work. I'm going to figure this out somehow. Ah, okay. One more time. Backslashes didn't come out. Ah! Oh, I mistyped it. Boy, I'm not. Are we? Am I having a Mercury retrograde moment, huh? Ah, it's hard enough to get. It's just giving me all kinds of trouble tonight. Come on. I got it. It finally all came out. All right. Well, it wasn't, it was like not all showing up or something. Okay, I'm going to change that all over the place. Woo! Yeah, that's part of it. Well, I've been an airhead lately. I'll tell you. Since the big CMEs have been coming in, I have been Miss Airhead. I really have. I, but now Gemini has a theory. It's healing something. It's kind of erasing some of the hurt. It's kind of we're getting rid of something. So in the meantime, we're being airheaded, you know, because we're kind of bulking some of the crap. Back in the old days of broadcasting, I had a friend who worked at a radio station, and I would help him by bulking the tapes. That's what we'd call it. And what we'd do is they were magnetic tapes, and we'd run them over this machine that would run electric current and erase them. Of course, it wasn't a completely clean erase, there was a little bit left. But if you bulked them really, really good, you'd get most of it off of there. It wasn't like a completely new tape, but anyway, the old thing was unintelligible. But maybe it's something like that. Maybe we're being bulked. Okay, it's a thought. Okay, I'm going off because I've been here for almost 3.5 hours and was kind of fighting my way through obstacles trying to get on for a while before that. So I'm yawning. I need to get some sleep. Okay, love you guys. I will see you tomorrow, and I'll try and be on a bit earlier. So you can tell people I'll be on tomorrow somehow or other. If, well, it's Mercury retrograde, so I hope I'll be on tomorrow. Okay. Good night, sweetie. Love yous. Love yous. And I mean all of yous. You really make me laugh with your chat tonight. It really was funny. Um, just to let you know, don't forget you're divine. Dream well and dream big. And truth is where you find it. Hope you're finding some on my show. And actually, I prefer the term conspiracy realist. Yes. Tell me what else you'd like to see on merch. Okay, have a good night.